If you've ever been inside a home in the United States or watched an American television series, you've probably noticed something peculiar. In the kitchen, there is no tank, no hose, no delivery truck announcing its arrival. The stove is connected to the wall by a pipe that disappears into the structure and seems to come from nowhere visible. The gas simply arrives. It arrives like water. It arrives like electricity. It arrives silently, reliably, and effortlessly. There is no cylinder to monitor, no urgent phone call to a supplier, no need to calculate how many days of fuel remain. For millions of Americans, natural gas is an invisible convenience, a utility so integrated into daily life that it often goes unnoticed. But in China, the story is more complex. In many modern cities, gas also arrives through underground pipelines, just as it does in the United States. Yet in older residential areas, rapidly expanding urban zones, and rural communities, portable liquefied petroleum gas cylinders remain common. Metal tanks stored in kitchens or balconies are periodically replaced, reflecting a hybrid system that blends tradition with modernization. This contrast raises a fascinating question. Why does the United States rely almost entirely on natural gas pipelines, while China combines advanced infrastructure with portable gas systems? Is it a matter of technological advancement, economic development, or the result of historical decisions made more than 100 years ago? The answer lies in geography, politics, and industrial evolution. It is a story spanning over 100 years, a story that reveals how two global superpowers solved the same energy challenge in remarkably different ways. And once you understand it, you will never look at a kitchen the same way again. The United States does use liquefied petroleum gas, known as propane, but primarily in areas where natural gas pipelines are unavailable. Approximately 6.1 million American households rely on propane as their main fuel source. While that number may seem significant, it represents only about 4.8% of the country's 123 million occupied homes. Most of these households are located in rural or remote regions where pipeline networks do not reach. It is not a preference, it is a necessity. The vast majority of American homes rely on natural gas, delivered through an extensive underground network of nearly 3 million miles of pipelines. This system serves more than 78 million consumers, making it the largest energy distribution infrastructure in the world. Its development was not instantaneous, it was the result of over a century of technological innovation, economic investment, and strategic planning. In 1821, the town of Fredonia, New York, installed the first natural gas pipeline system in the United States. Initially used for public lighting, the system marked the beginning of a transformative era in energy distribution. Throughout the 19th century, cities in the northeastern United States built local networks powered by manufactured gas derived from coal. Though inefficient and polluting, these systems provided fuel for heating and cooking. A major breakthrough came in 1883 when Pittsburgh became the first major city to receive natural gas from a well located 20 miles away. Transported through an iron pipeline, this achievement demonstrated the feasibility of long-distance gas distribution. The true turning point arrived in the 1920s and 1930s, when advancements in steel welding allowed engineers to construct high-pressure pipelines capable of transporting gas across vast distances. Then came World War II. In response to German submarine attacks on oil tankers, the U.S. government built two massive pipelines, the Big Inch and the Little Big Inch, to transport petroleum from Texas to the Northeast. After the war, these pipelines were converted into natural gas conduits, revolutionizing the nation's energy infrastructure. By the 1950s and 1960s, natural gas expansion coincided with America's suburban boom. Developers built entire communities with gas lines installed before homeowners even received their keys. The result was a seamless integration of urban development and energy infrastructure, an achievement made possible by private capital, technological readiness, and vast domestic resources. In this context, propane was never considered inferior, it simply served as a practical solution for areas beyond the reach of pipelines. China followed a dramatically different path. Although the country possesses abundant natural gas reserves, particularly in the Sichuan Basin and western regions, its industrial and urban expansion occurred much later and at an unprecedented pace. For much of the 20th century, coal dominated China's energy landscape, fueling factories, heating homes, and driving economic growth. Only in recent decades has natural gas become a national priority, driven by environmental concerns and modernization efforts. Today, cities such as Shanghai, Beijing, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen boast extensive pipeline networks supplying millions of households. However, due to rapid urbanization and vast geographic diversity, China developed a hybrid system combining pipeline gas with liquefied petroleum gas cylinders. These portable cylinders offer significant logistical advantages. They can be transported easily, installed quickly, and distributed without the need for permanent infrastructure. In rapidly growing urban areas, they provided an immediate solution long before pipelines could be constructed. This flexibility proved crucial during China's economic boom. As cities expanded and millions migrated from rural areas to urban centers, energy demand surged. Portable gas systems enabled authorities to meet immediate needs while gradually extending pipeline networks. Today, many Chinese households enjoy natural gas through modern distribution systems. Yet, LPG cylinders remain common in older neighborhoods, small towns, and remote regions. This coexistence reflects China's unique developmental trajectory, a blend of tradition and modernization shaped by necessity and speed. The divergence between the United States and China in household gas usage is deeply rooted in the timing, scale, and nature of their urban development. Infrastructure does not emerge in isolation. It evolves alongside cities, economies, and technological capabilities. To understand why American homes rely almost entirely on natural gas pipelines, while China employs a hybrid system, one must first examine how these two nations built their urban landscapes. In the United States, large-scale suburban expansion began in the mid-20th century, particularly after World War II. Government policies such as the GI Bill and federal highway programs facilitated homeownership and encouraged population migration from crowded city centers to newly developed suburbs. These communities were meticulously planned, allowing essential utilities, water, electricity, sewage, and natural gas to be installed simultaneously. Developers constructed entire neighborhoods with infrastructure embedded from the ground up. Gas lines were laid beneath newly paved streets before homes were completed, ensuring that residents received reliable service the moment they moved in. This synchronized approach enabled the seamless integration of natural gas into daily life and eliminated the need for alternative fuel sources in most urban areas. Geography also played a crucial role. Much of the United States consists of vast plains and relatively stable terrain, making excavation and pipeline installation more feasible and cost-effective. Coupled with abundant domestic natural gas reserves and robust private investment, these conditions created the ideal environment for the expansion of a nationwide distribution network. China, however, followed a markedly different trajectory. While the United States experienced gradual urbanization over decades, China underwent an unprecedented transformation within a single generation. Since the late 20th century, hundreds of millions of people have migrated from rural regions to rapidly expanding metropolitan centers. This phenomenon represents one of the largest urbanization efforts in human history. The speed of this growth demanded flexible and immediate energy solutions. In many areas, portable liquefied petroleum gas (LPG) cylinders served as a practical alternative while permanent infrastructure was still under development. These cylinders could be transported quickly, installed without complex engineering, and deployed in newly constructed or older buildings lacking pipeline connections. At the same time, China invested heavily in modernizing its energy network. Cities such as Shanghai, Beijing, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen now boast extensive natural gas distribution systems comparable to those in Western nations. However, the coexistence of pipelines and LPG cylinders reflects the country's transitional phase, an adaptation to both rapid modernization and regional diversity.
Urban density also influenced infrastructure decisions. Chinese cities often feature high-rise residential complexes in historic neighborhoods, where retrofitting underground pipelines can be costly and technically challenging. In such environments, portable gas systems offer an interim solution.
Energy systems are not determined solely by engineering and geography. They are profoundly influenced by economics. The differences between natural gas pipelines in the United States and the hybrid gas model in China illustrate how cost, efficiency, and accessibility shape national infrastructure and consumer behavior. In the United States, natural gas remains one of the most affordable and efficient sources of residential energy. Delivered directly through pipelines, it requires no on-site storage, manual handling, or logistical coordination by homeowners. Consumers receive monthly utility bills based on usage, ensuring transparency and predictability. In many regions, natural gas costs significantly less than electricity or alternative fuels. Its price stability is attributed to extensive domestic production, competitive markets, and well-established regulatory frameworks. The abundance of shale gas, particularly following the hydraulic fracturing revolution of the early 21st century, further strengthened America's energy independence and reduced costs for consumers. This efficiency extends beyond economics. Pipeline delivery minimizes transportation expenses, reduces environmental impact compared to truck-based distribution, and ensures a continuous supply. For American households, the system provides unparalleled convenience. Gas simply arrives when needed without interruption or intervention. China's energy landscape, while increasingly modernized, reflects a more complex economic reality. In major metropolitan areas, natural gas delivered via pipelines offers similar efficiency and affordability. Government policies have actively promoted its expansion as part of national efforts to reduce reliance on coal and improve air quality. However, due to China's vast geography and rapid urbanization, pipeline infrastructure cannot reach every community simultaneously. In regions lacking permanent connections, LPG cylinders remain an essential alternative. These portable fuel sources are widely available and relatively inexpensive to distribute, particularly in remote or newly developed areas. From an economic perspective, LPG offers flexibility. It eliminates the need for costly upfront investments in underground infrastructure and allows energy providers to serve dispersed populations efficiently. For consumers, it provides an accessible and practical solution, particularly in locations where pipeline installation would be prohibitively expensive or logistically challenging. Nevertheless, LPG systems require periodic replacement, transportation, and storage, introducing additional operational costs and safety considerations. As China continues to expand its natural gas network, many households are transitioning from LPG to pipeline gas, reflecting the country's ongoing modernization. Government policy plays a significant role in this transition. Strategic investments in energy infrastructure and environmental initiatives have accelerated the adoption of cleaner fuels. These measures aim to balance economic growth with sustainability and efficiency. Today, China continues to expand its natural gas infrastructure as part of its commitment to sustainability and environmental improvement. The coexistence of modern pipelines and portable systems reflects a transitional phase, emblematic of a nation evolving at extraordinary speed. The contrast between the two countries is neither a matter of superiority nor deficiency. Rather, it is a testament to how history, geography, and policy shape technological outcomes. The United States represents the culmination of gradual development and early investment. China embodies rapid modernization and adaptive innovation. Both nations solved the same problem, providing energy to their citizens, but did so according to their own circumstances and priorities. The invisible pipeline in an American kitchen is not merely a convenience, it is the product of more than a century of planning, engineering, and economic growth. And the gas cylinder found in some Chinese households is not a symbol of backwardness. It is evidence of resilience, flexibility, and a nation's ability to adapt to extraordinary change. Same necessity, different paths, two superpowers powered by history. Understanding these differences offers more than technical insight. It provides a window into the forces that shape the modern world.